Can you all see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So this is our worksheet. It's all about sloths. So I'm doing reading for you. Do y'all have your phones, mobile phones near you? Right. So I'm going to start now. I'm Chandani Sirivardhana. I am doing reading with you. Reading. So when you say reading, you know what it is. You know what is reading? Tell me. Can somebody tell me what reading is? Normally, what do you read? දැන් කතා කරන්න නැතුව මේ වැඩේ කරන්න බෑ. Okay? Y'all have to speak out. I mean, I like to know whether y'all can, I mean, just at least hear me. I mean, I think they can't hear me, you know. They don't talk. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience caused, right? So, as you all know, English language, when we learn English language, we have different components. Okay, so I'm doing reading with y'all. And today is our first lesson. Hope you all understand when I speak in English. Is it okay with y'all?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
without, okay, right. I have shared the document. It's all about sloths. So can you all see the worksheet? I just want to show you a video clip. So I'm trying my best to get it. So later I will get it for you. And can you all see the worksheet?
No, madam. Right now,
No,
we
madam.
No. Right. Hope you can see it now. Then on either.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Right. It's about an animal. If you read the first line, you will understand what the article is about. So when we do reading, we read to get information. So to take information, we have to read into deep, right? So to get an understanding, we have to read slowly, analyzing the words or the sentences. There are paragraphs, right? So there are two things when we do reading. We call it skimming and scanning. If I go further, two more things are there, like extensive reading and intensive reading. So all these are big words, right? So don't worry. Little by little, we can go deep into it. When we skim, the skimming means overall to take just an idea about the material or whatever the reading thing that we get to read. Supposing we travel on the bus, we see either side of the road. We see a lot of posters on it, on the walls. But we don't stop to read because we are in the bus. When we travel only, we see all this. But our eyes do reading, right? So the big letters, when we read them, we can understand what the poster is about. But if we want to have, go further into it, when we get down, we just stop near a poster and read and see what it says about. To get further information, we go deep into it and try to understand what the poster is. So that part is called scanning. So skimming and scanning are two things that are involved in reading. Okay. So now here, this article, you have to read it and try to understand what the animal is and how it looked like. Is physical appearance, his movements. Okay. So I will give you a little time to read, and in another 10 minutes time, I'm going to take reading from you. It's called loud reading. When you do loud reading, you can hear what you read. And when we do loud reading, it helps us to understand how our pronunciations are, whether we pronounce it clearly or rather correctly, right? So reading, loud reading especially, helps you to pronounce a word. So reading aloud is something that we have to do, especially because a language, this is our second language, a language, if it is a language, if there is a language, it should be practiced. You have to practice this. Without practicing, no language. So to practice that, you have to read them. Silent reading will not improve your pronouncing. Okay, so read this, and then I'm going to call you by your number. Numbers are there, but some names are also there. Okay, so you do a bit of loud reading. Okay. Can somebody read this for me? Babala, are you all there? Children, are you all there? Can somebody read this? Putha, read it. You can go for the first paragraph. Reading is not a rag, right? Rag එකක් එහෙම නෙවෙයි ආ. සින්දුවක් කියනවා වගේ, it's not like that. Okay. If you go wrong also, it's okay. I'm not going to find fault with you.
Sloths.
Yeah. I can't hear you. Anybody who likes reading can do it.
Can I, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Sloths. Sloths are the slowest mammals on Earth. It takes a full minute for a sloth to move 6 feet across the ground. You probably couldn't move that slowly if you tried. The sloth's body is about 2 feet long. It has long legs and curved claws that are 3 to 4 inches long. Their claws and their long legs help them climb trees and hang from tree branches. They spend almost their entire lives hanging from tree branches. The life of a sloth is not very exciting.
Thank you. Someone else can continue from second paragraph, please. See, there are more than 25 of y'all. Only one is there to read, huh?
Shall I, madam?
Yeah, Pute, yes.
Sloths have a round head, small ears, a stubby tail, and sad-looking eyes set in a dark-colored mask. The shape of a sloth's mouth makes it look like it is always smiling. It has extra bones in its neck and that make it possible for it to turn its head almost all the way around. Sloths are very cute to look at, but they don't put on much of a show.
Thank you. Another one, please. My goodness. There are more than 20, 25 of y'all. Only two.
Madam, can I read?
Yeah, Pute, yes, please.
Sloths are home to other plants and creatures. Tiny plants grow on sloth's fur, making the animals appear to be green. This green color makes the sloths almost invisible against the green leaves of the trees they live in. Moths and insects also live in the sloth's fur. Maybe the sloths move so little and so seldom that the small creatures that live on them don't even know they are animals.
Thank you. Next last paragraph. Oh, only 3 students are there in the class.
May I read, ma'am?
Yeah, thank you.
Giant sloths the size of elephants once lived in many places on Earth, including North America. Today, sloths can be found in the tropical forest of Central and South America. They eat leaves and berries. A sloth can stick its tongue out 12 inches. Maybe they developed this skill so they wouldn't have to move to reach the tasty leaves and berries around their resting spot. Their main enemies are jaguars, eagles, and snakes. Many tropical forests are disappearing, along with the sloths that live there. It would be a sad thing if these fascinating little animals became extinct. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Buddha. Okay, so there can be difficult words for y'all. So, because there are more than 25 of you, right? So, all the 25 will not be the same. No? So, since this is English, there can be difficult words for y'all. So, you know what words are difficult for you. So, anyhow, you have to understand the given vocabulary, the words. And at the same time, you all have to enhance your vocabulary. You must have a very good word bank. Without words, you can't do anything, right? So, as I told you before, reading means what? Getting meaning from certain combinations of letters. So, when you combine letters, you can make words. So, among the words, there can be difficult ones for you that you have to find out the meaning. Right? So, without understanding, you all can't do anything. If there are difficult words for anybody, you can just tell me. I can explain it to you. Or else, rather, now you all are in the university doing higher studies. Everybody should have a good super dictionary with you. So, the best dictionary for you all to use, I can just tell you 2 or 3. Advanced learners, any advanced learners dictionary. Maybe Cambridge, maybe Oxford. Right? So when you go home this time, just try to pick one. So 10th edition, the latest one is there in the bookshops. So try to get hold of one good dictionary. Not that just the dictionaries that the people sell in the buses, right? Not the small ones. They have all rubbish in them. So always go for English dictionary, not English singular, right? So go for English dictionary. So you should know the meaning of any word in the English itself. When you read English, only you will learn English, right? So if there are any difficult words for you, you can just come up with, or else I hope you all know who mammals are. Who are mammals? Those who feed on milk, the quadrupeds, right? So mammals, this sloth, the sloths are the slowest mammal on earth. Each and every action of this animal is slow. That is why it has become the slowest. So you can understand how slow it is. It takes a full minute. Full minute is how many seconds? 60 seconds, no? For a sloth to move 6 feet across the ground. So this on the tree, very rarely only they come down. Even if they come down also, their motions are very slow. You probably couldn't move that slowly if you try yours. Sure. The sloth's body is about 2 feet long. It's not that big. But previously there were big ones like elephants, it seems, but now they are about 2 feet long. It has long legs and curved claws that are 3 to 4 inches long. Their toes and their long legs help them climb trees and hang from tree branches. So always they used to hang from the branches. They spend almost their entire lives hanging from tree branches. So with that you can understand throughout their lives they are on treetops. Okay, so I will try to get you one clip which I have. Till then, your questions are there. Read the questions and then try to understand, get the meaning. Okay, or rather, sorry, answers. Okay, now look at the questions. This is question 1 and 2. Hope you all can see the screen. Take a screenshot of first and second questions. Third question.
Here is the last question. Question 4. WH questions. Children, I'm going to share the video clip. Look at this beautiful animal, and then it will help you to understand the sloth better. Right? We'll go through it.
This is a three-toed sloth, a female, and she's ravenously hungry. It's the leaves she's after. However, in order to protect themselves, rainforest leaves are often tough, rubbery, and full of toxins. They're indigestible and lacking in energy. But that hasn't stopped the sloth. With large multi-chambered stomachs containing a unique
Ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Okay, right.
mix of bacteria, they're able to deal with the tough leaves. But it's not a quick process. Sloths have the slowest digestion of any mammal. It can take them 2 weeks to process a single meal, and it's a hopelessly inefficient process. Sloths had 2 options. Either they had to eat more or do less. Sloths evolved to do less. Their entire lifestyle is all about expending as little energy as possible.
If there's one thing you know about sloths, it's that they're, well, slow. But that doesn't mean they're boring. In fact, sloths are one of the most extreme animals on the planet. And not just because they poop only once a week. First of all, sloths really are extremely slow. Their top speeds clocking at just 0.25 kilometers per hour, making them the slowest mammal on the planet. According to zoologist Becky Cliff, that's because, well, sloths can't really see.
60 million years ago, they lost the ability to see. They went almost completely blind. So in the daytime, a sloth actually can't see anything because it's too bright. If you can't see where you're going, you can't run around because you're going to fall out the tree.
Moving slowly may sound like a liability, especially if you're nearly blind. But being sluggish actually comes with all kinds of benefits. For one, they save an enormous amount of energy. In fact, sloths use about 90% less energy than the average mammal, which is vital, considering their diet is a low-energy snack consisting of leaves with a side of leaves. And as it turns out, being slow also helps sloths avoid detection. You see, sloths are so slow that predators like jaguars and eagles, which use movement to hunt, can't even find them. But some sloths take predator avoidance to the next level. Thanks to rare extra vertebrae in its neck, the 3-fingered sloth can turn its head 270 degrees, which allows it to smell incoming predators from almost any direction. And that's especially useful when you spend nearly all of your time motionless in a tree. In fact, sloths sleep, mate, and even give birth, all while hanging upside down on a branch. And as you might expect, that requires some pretty extreme adaptations.
They've got special tendons in their hands which lock into place.
And along with their long, hook-like fingernails, allow them to hang easily.
They're like a giant coat hanger.
And to combat a rush of blood to the head, which might be familiar if you've ever hung upside down.
They have special sort of valves in their circulatory system that does actually stop the pooling of blood in the head.
But if you think that's extreme, consider this. Once a week, sloths risk their lives on a daring journey from the protective forest canopy to the ground. Their mission? To poop. And it really is risky.
We suspect about 60% of predator-based sloth deaths happen while they're pooping. They literally risk their life to come down to the ground.
So they have to make it count. And boy, they really do. Sloths can lose an astonishing 30% of their body weight each time they go. Plus, they might get a mate out of it.
How do you find a mate if you're solitary and you can't move very far? Well, they're gonna have to use pheromones and scent markers. I think that coming down and leaving a little pile at the base of your favorite trees is sort of like a little signpost.
But if there's one thing that really pushes sloths over the top, it's their rough fur. Sloth's fur has its very own ecosystem. Because they live in the rainforest, it's often, wet, which creates the perfect environment for algae to grow and provides sloths with green camouflage. But it isn't just algae that calls a sloth's fur home. You can also find beetles, cockroaches, and a species of moth that's found nowhere else in the world, except for on a sloth. And the sloths don't seem to mind one bit. But that's not all. Their fur might actually save lives. Fungi in their fur have been shown to fight breast cancer cells, and they may also have properties for fighting malaria. So, despite their slow pace, sloths are far from boring. And in some environments, they aren't even slow. I mean, look at that daredevil go.
Hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to play it for the second time. So the second video gives you a better understanding, right? So look here.
It's that they're,
Look at the motion. When they come down, it's very slow.
slow. But that doesn't mean they're boring. In fact, sloths are one of the most extreme animals on the planet. And not just because they poop only once a week.
Can you all see the video? Are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right.
First of all, sloths really are extremely slow. Their top speeds clocking at just 0.25 kilometers per hour, making them the slowest mammal on the planet. According to zoologist Becky Cliff, that's because, well, sloths can't really see.
60 million years ago, they lost the ability to see. They went almost completely blind.
So they are once completely blind, right? They can't see.
In the daytime, a sloth actually can't see anything because it's too bright. If you can't see where you're going, you can't run around because you're going to fall out the tree.
Moving slowly may sound like a liability, especially if you're nearly blind. But being sluggish actually comes with all kinds of benefits. For one, they save an enormous amount of energy. In fact, sloths use about 90% less energy than the average mammal, which is vital, considering their diet is a low-energy snack consisting of leaves with a side of leaves. And as it turns out, being slow also helps sloths avoid detection. You see, sloths are so slow that predators like jaguars and eagles, which use movement to hunt, can't even find them. But some sloths take predator avoidance to the next level. Thanks to rare extra vertebrae in its neck, the three-fingered sloth can turn...
Because of their slow motion, the predators like jaguar and eagle cannot find them. When nobody can hear, they are moving, right?
...turn its head 270 degrees, which allows it to smell incoming predators.
They can turn their head, see, like a clock, see?
From almost any direction. And that's especially useful when you spend nearly all of your time motionless in a tree. In fact, sloths sleep, mate, and even give birth, all while hanging upside down on a branch. And as you might expect, that requires some pretty extreme adaptations.
They've got special tendons in their hands which lock into place.
And along with their long, hook-like fingernails, allow them to hang easily.
All these claws and their long limbs help them to hang from trees. So throughout their lifetime, they are hanging.
They're like a giant coat hanger.
And to combat a rush of blood to the head, which might be familiar if you've ever hung upside down,
They have special sort of valves in their circulatory system that does actually stop the pooling of blood in the head.
but if you think that's extreme, consider this. Once a week, sloths risk their lives on a daring journey from the protective forest canopy to the ground. Their mission? To poop.
Okay, why do they come down? So lifetime they are on tops, but one time, about maybe once 2 weeks time, one fortnight, they come down. Why? To poop, to go to the washroom, toilet, right?
It really
That
is
very
risky.
We suspect about 60% of predator-based sloth deaths happen while they're pooping. They literally risk their life to come down to the ground.
So they have to make it count. And boy, they really do. Sloths can lose an astonishing 30% of their body weight each time they go. Plus, they might get a mate out of it.
How do you find a mate if you're solitary and you can't move very far? Well, they're gonna have to use pheromones and scent markers. I think that coming down and leaving a little pile at the base of your favorite trees is sort of like a little signpost.
But if there's one thing that really pushes sloths over the top, it's their rough fur. Sloth's fur has its very own ecosystem. Because they live in the rainforest, it's often, wet, which creates the perfect environment for algae to grow and provides sloths with green camouflage. But it isn't just algae that calls a sloth's fur home.
Anyhow, they are
You can
not
also find
green, right? They are not green, but look at this. Listen again.
perfect environment for algae to grow and provide sloths with
And
green
provide
camouflage.
sloths with green camouflage. The effect is given, so then the predators can't see them. So they are eagle-like fur. Very nice.
But it isn't just algae that calls a sloth's fur home. You can also find beetles, cockroaches,
Look at the
and a
cockroaches and the moths.
species of moth that's found nowhere else in the world, except for on a sloth. And the sloths don't seem to mind one bit. But that's not all. Their fur might actually save lives. Fungi in their fur have been shown to fight breast cancer cells, and they may also have properties for fighting malaria. So, despite their slow pace, sloths are far from boring. And in some environments, they aren't even slow. I mean, look at that daredevil go.
Okay. Right. Now, you can understand it better. Is that so? Are they beautiful creatures, or how do you feel about the sloth? When you compare it with your dogs and cats and dogs, domestic animals, how do you feel? How do you like it? Hmm? Can anybody share your thoughts with me? Is there anybody to share? Lavai ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉන්නවද? Are you all there? Babala?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Fatima. Babala, can you all hear me? හුස්ම වැටෙනවද ළමයිනේ? Only Fatma is there. Sheila. So did y'all enjoy the video?
Yeah, ma'am.
I just wanted to show y'all, because of that only I selected this. It's a rare kind animal whom you will never think of. So I thought of doing that today. Have you all taken down the questions? Do you want me to go for line by line analysis? Or can y'all understand that? Anything that is difficult for you, y'all can speak up. Do you all want me to share the screen again? The article and the questions? Okay, here I'm going to share the worksheet again. First, the article. First set of questions, first and two, first and the second. Question three. Last question of question three, question four. Last question of question three. There are 4 questions in question three. Question 4, the last one. If you need any help, just let me know, right? Babana, have you finished answering? Can we discuss the answers?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Question 1. Write the words taken from the text with their singular terms by drawing line. Write the line, right? A. Stubby. What is the answer? Can you tell me the answer?
Short
Short and thick.
Sorry?
Short and thick.
Yeah. Number 2. Short and thick. Enemy.
Opponent.
Opponent. Number 3. Yeah. Disappearing.
number 5.
Vanishing.
I couldn't get you. Disappearing. I couldn't get you, dear. Disappearing means number 5. Vanishing. Fascinating.
Attractive.
Attractive.
Yes, correct. Attractive. Seldom.
Rarely.
Very rarely. Yeah, rarely. Question 2. Say whether the following statements are true or false. A. Sloths are the slowest animal on earth. True or false?
False.
False.
Sloths are the slowest animal on earth.
False.
False.
Why?
Slowest mammal on earth.
Huh? Why is it wrong?
Slowest mammal.
I can't hear you, Pita.
Not animal, slowest mammal.
Yeah. So animals are not mammals?
No, ma'am.
No. Good. Then B. Sloths have a long tail. True or false?
False.
Right? False. Okay. C. Some insects live in sloth's fur.
True.
True, right? Their tongue is about 1 foot long when they put it out.
True.
True, right? Last one. Green in color. Last one. Sloths are green in color.
False.
That's false because it doesn't talk about its color. Because of camouflaging, they have become that sort. Okay, next part. Right. Your idea can be different, right? You can talk and discuss the answer. What is the main idea of the first paragraph, according to your idea? Yes, first one. What is the main idea of the first paragraph? We are talking about the first paragraph. A, B, C, D. There are 4 answers. Sloths are the slowest mammals on earth. It takes a full minute. The sloth's body is about 2 feet. The life of a sloth is not very exciting. What is the best?
I think B, the life of a sloth is not very exciting.
Right? How do you feel about A? Sloths are the slowest mammals on earth. If there are any other answers, you can just come up with.
D,
Yes? What's it? Can you repeat?
the life of a sloth is not very exciting because it's mostly hanging from tree branches.
Any other idea? Yes. How do you all will feel if I say sloths are the slowest mammal on earth? What does the first sentence refer to? First sentence of the article. Yeah.
Because it takes a minute for move 6 feet.
Now, if we take the overall idea of the first paragraph, now, if I go back to the paragraph, it says, sloths are the slowest mammals on earth. It takes a full minute for a sloth to move 6 feet across the ground. You probably couldn't move that slowly if you tried. The sloth's body is about 2 feet long. It has long legs and curved claws that are 3 to 4 inches long. Their claws and their long legs help them to climb trees and hang from tree branches. They spend almost their entire lives hanging from tree branches. The life of a sloth is not very exciting. What is the idea you get? True, it talks about the physical features, right? It talks about their motion, slow motion. And at the same time, we have to understand, due to all the above mentioned lines, what we have to understand is the life of a sloth is not very exciting. Either you can go to A or answer D. I just want y'all to share your ideas and discuss. So only few shared their thoughts. Thank you for all that. And I'm moving to question 2. What is the main idea of the second paragraph? What is the second paragraph now? Full of second paragraph talks about their looks. Rounded, small ears, and stubby tail, sad looking eyes. It has extra bones in its neck that make it possible for it to turn its head almost all the way around. Sloths are very cute to look at, but they don't put on much of a show. Here there are 4 answers. Main idea. So around one main idea, other things can come up. Right?
Sloths are very cute to look at.
Very cute. Really cute to look at? Yeah, kind of, right? Their look is innocent look. You feel like started loving, huh? Isn't that so? Can you remember the mouth? Or 3 to 4 inches wide one. So what I like is their eyes. Very innocent. Innocent look. So, you all agree? Can you all agree with the answer D? All the mentioned physical features, due to all those, sloths are very cute to look at. That is the general idea. Then the third one. What is the main idea of the third paragraph? Third paragraph. Sloths are home to other plants and creatures. Tiny plants grow on sloth's fur, making the animal appear to be green. So they are not really green, appear to be green. Last sentence. Maybe the sloths move so little and so seldom that the small creatures that live on them don't even know they are animals. What is the answer? Yeah. Sloths are home to other plants and creatures. Moths and insects live in the sloth's fur. The plants that grow on the sloth make the sloth green. Tiny plants grow on sloth's fur. What is the best? How do you feel about D? From the beginning to the end of the third paragraph, it talks about the little creatures, moths, insects, and all, right? So, are you happy if we go to where answer D? Babala, are you all there? Sorry. Question 3. Are we question 3? Yeah. Question 3, answer? D or A?
A.
D or A? What is the best? Sloths are home to other plants and creatures. In general, it says so.
A.
Not only moths, other creatures too live in that. Not only insects. So answer A says plants and creatures, both the things are mentioned, right? So it is answer is A. Question 3 answer is A. How about the last one? Question 4. Main idea of the last paragraph. Main idea of the last paragraph. Yeah. The main idea of last paragraph is answer D. Okay. Last set of questions. A. Answer 1 minute. B. What's the length of the body? About 2 feet long. C. What helps them to climb trees? Their long claws and their
Long legs.
legs. D. How do they spend most of their lives? Most of their life they used to hang on trees. Where can they be found now? Yes.
Tropical forest.
Yeah, tropical forests of South America. Okay. So there is the last. Then thank you for joining. Hope to meet you all with another worksheet, and I'm always trying to take a video clip because 2 hours will be boring for you all. So I will try my best to get another one. Right. So thank you for joining. God bless you all. Stay safe. Stay safe, right? God bless you.
Students, your next session will be start within 10 minutes, right? Don't log out, right? Stay logged in. Because you have another English session on 3 to 5, right? So stay logged in. Your next session will be start within 10 minutes, right? Yeah, you can pass the message for the students, those who are logged out from the session as well, right? Because I think some students were logged out, right? You can pass the message to others as well, right? Because your next session will be start within 10 minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, okay. So we have come to the listening lesson, today's listening lesson, and I would like to introduce myself. I am Devindi Jayasinghe, so I'll be teaching you the listening code, right? And before moving on, I just want to tell you now, English language is based on 4 competencies: listening, speaking, reading, and writing, right? But the main thing that you should know is, now when it comes to listening, the other 3 competencies, that means other 3 skills are also interrelated with the listening code or the listening competency, right? So therefore you have to be interactive in the class, right? So you have to speak, you have to get engaged in all the activities that I give you, right? And you have to be so for you to learn something from listening, we have to be interactive here, right? So yeah, let's move forward. Right now, before moving on, let's get to know each other, right? So now I said that I just introduced myself, so can you all start? Yes, Shani or someone, what's the matter? Why did you raise your hand? Right, okay. So shall we get to know each other first? Right, so just simply say your name, where are you from, and something that you would like to tell about you. Yes? Shall we? Yeah. The other thing is, please rename yourself with your first name as well. That means it's okay to have your index number, but I want your first name as well. So I can't call out you by the numbers. It's easy if I have the first name. Rename yourself with your first name and the index, both. Index එකයි name එකයි දෙකම include කරලා rename කරන්න. Everyone should do it. I'll wait for all the students to rename. Done? Right, good. Okay, so let's introduce, yeah, please introduce yourselves to the class. Iman, can you start?
I am Imal Sasmita and from Maharagama.
Right, okay. Savishka?
My name is Savishka and I'm from Colombo.
Right, Savishka. Malki?
I'm Malki from Kandy.
Right. Sarangika?
I'm Sarangika. I'm from Kandy.
Okay. Sharunika?
I am Sharunika from Bandaravela.
Right, so there's some issue with that. Okay, Ishan.
I am Ishan. I am from Ampar.
Okay. Paranika.
I am Paranika from Trincomalee.
Right, Paranika. Okay. Sakshi.
I am Sakshi from Kulnaji.
Okay. Nikeshala.
I am Nikeshala from Polonnaru.
Devmini.
I am Devmini from Monaragale.
Susantika.
I am Tushandika from Mannar.
Right. Dhananjana. Yeah, Dhananjana, we didn't hear you.
I am Dhananjana from Matale.
Right, good. Fatima.
I am Fatima from Polonnaru.
Okay, good. Himaya.
I'm Himaya from Kalam.
Muhija.
I'm from Cal.
Takshila.
I am Takshila from Matale.
Teshani.
I am Tishani from Trincomalee.
Teshani, we didn't hear you.
I am Tishani from Trincomalee.
All right, Tishani. Okay. Okay, nice to know you all. So let's move forward with the lesson, right? So as I told you, we are focusing on the listening competency, right? So can someone tell me what is listening? And I want all of you to speak. Yeah. What is listening? Now you have been listening all this while to me, right? So what is listening? Simply say, what is listening? So from, since your birth, you have been listening to others, right? So first your parents, then your siblings, maybe then teachers, friends, and after that you have a lot of big community, right? So you have been listening to them. So please tell me what is listening. Yeah? No idea. So you are listening to me. What is listening? A similar word of maybe?
Hearing.
Yes, good. Hearing, right? Okay, so we go for the explanation. So listening basically is focusing on someone saying. That means now you are listening to me, right? So I am teaching and you are listening to me. So once you speak, I listen to you, right? So likewise, it's a way of communication, right? So listening is also a way of communication, listening to you, then responding, right? So that is how it happens here in the class, right? Now here, listening, as I told you, we have to have some sort of sound to listen, right? So we have to have something to listen, and then what we do is we understand the if it is a speech, or if someone is speaking a conversation, maybe then we try to understand what is understand the words. So if it is a sound, then we try to clarify what type of sound it is, right? So likewise, then you are trying to understand the words or the sounds maybe, right? Then so how are you going to showing that you understand? Now if it's a conversation, definitely we will respond. So like here, right, since the session is interactive, what you do is you have to what? Respond to me or reply, right? So you just listen to what I say, then you have to just get what I say, then you reply, right? So that is what it, that is how a listening take place. Now here first is hearing, right? So listening involves hearing, noticing the sounds. Now just you are noticing it, right? Now just imagine if it's about, now just I am teaching, and what you do is you are listening well, right? You are hearing, right? You are hearing, and what you get my, you just listen to my, what do you call, the speech, or the way I speak, right? Then you try to understand it, right? So you somehow try to understand it, whether it's clear to you or what I teaching to you, right? So that's how you try to understand it, and the responding part comes next, right? So if you don't understand, you will what? You will respond saying that you don't understand. If not, what do you do? What will you do? You will just tell, yes, you understood it, and if I further ask some questions, then you will answer it, right? So if I give an activity, you will do the activity and present it to the class. So that is how it happens, right? Then we will learn how English, listening, the competency listening is important for English learners, right? So the main thing is, now when it comes to the listening part, right? Now you think listening, just imagine you are giving I'm giving you a recording, right? I'm just showing or playing a recording, and you just listen to it and ask the questions. So that is basically not the listening we are going to learn, right? So that is some activity. Listening කිව්ව ගම මොකක් හරි දුන්නා ලිව්වා, that is not the thing, right? You have to use all the other skills in this listening part, right? So speaking, reading, writing, everything is there here in the listening competency, right? So for you all to improve the language, we'll see what are the what is the importance of listening, right? First one is improves pronunciation. So improves pronunciation means, now when I speak, you listen to me, right? So while listening, so you might encounter new words, or sometimes you might encounter how to pronounce a new word. Not to pronounce a new word, how to pronounce a word that you have been knowing, and you have pronounced it incorrectly, and you just rectify the mistake, and you can start what? Pronouncing it correctly, right? So that improves your pronunciation. Then mimicking native speakers. Mimicking native speakers means, so this is another way where you can improve the pronunciation. So you normally watch TV series or English movies, maybe English news, or maybe something related to social media, right? So you go on watching them, you go on listening to them, right? So they are, you sometimes mimic the native speakers, right? So you sometimes encounter new words, and then what you do is you try to pronounce them in the way they pronounce, right? So if you have watched Harry Potter, if you have watched some simple movies like Harry Potter, and it's not simple, I'm just talking about, right? So if you have watched the English version of them, and there you found some words, and you just, for fun, you just mimic them, right? I am just asking for you all to do it. Deliberately do that, right? So how? Now, when you watch a movie, when you find new words, you can just mimic the native speakers, how they speak, how they pronounce, right? So you can just add them to your, for your improvement as well. Then enhances your vocabulary. Enhances vocabulary means it develops, or it helps to develop the vocabulary. Now the thing is, now when you watch a movie, just imagine you are watching a movie. While watching, you are listening to it, right? The most important thing is you are listening to it. So if it's better that if you don't use the subtitles, then you are not having any other way to understand what's there in that content, right? So for that, what you have to do is you have to listen, right? There you encounter a lot of words, right? So for you to move forward with the movie, to understand the movie, somehow you have to understand these words and how it is applied in the movie, right? Therefore, you will come across new words, and then what you have to do is you have to learn those words. Then you can just find the pronunciation, find the meanings, and just you can have them with you, right? So you can just study them, right? Not study, actually, just give a glance every day. If you can just have a glance at those words, it will help you to improve your vocabulary. So one thing I would suggest is just watch English news, right? So if you are, so poor at English, what you have to do is watch the Sinhala news, and the same channel would broadcast English news as well. So go and watch the English news. So the same thing is broadcasted, then you find you will get to know, or you will understand what it says, right? So then you can just get 5 words. 5 words would do, right? So each day or once in a while you can just watch the news and just collect 5 words and go through them, right? So you can just find, if you are not familiar with the word, first you can just get the Sinhala meaning or the Tamil meaning. Then you can, but next you can find the English meaning, then how the pronunciation goes on. So if you are so much into you can just have both pronunciations, British pronunciation and as well as the American pronunciation, right? So you can go with that. Then builds comprehension. So how listening helps you to build comprehension is understanding conversations, right? So that means for you to understand conversations. Now we just imagine native speakers. Before that, tell me, who are native speakers? Who are native speakers in this context? Yeah? Who are native speakers? Or native English speakers? Indigenous speakers. Okay, right. To a certain extent it is correct. I'm asking, who are they now? When it comes to who are the native Sinhala speakers? Now if you take what are the 2 languages? Official languages are Sinhala and Tamil. So that is the mostly spoken language in our country, right? Sinhala or Tamil. Then tell me, what is the, who are the Sinhala native speakers? Yes. Who are the Sinhala native speakers? Yeah. Right. So when it comes to this Sinhala, it's Sri Lankan Sinhala community, right? So now of course Tamil is spoken in India as well, right? So we cannot consider the Sri Lankan Tamils as the only community where who are native Tamil speakers, right? So they are English native speakers. Who are the English native speakers? And the other thing is, everyone should speak here, okay? You cannot just be muted, though you know English, that's something else, right? So you might be knowing English or you are good at English, that is something else. If you are here to learn, you have to learn, right? So if you are here, you should interact. Nobody is perfect, so you might also make mistakes and you might also learn something here. So I don't care about anything, you have to speak here, whether you know English or whether you don't know English, that's up to you, right? But you have to speak here, okay? So there are some people with that high-headed people, right? So they what do it, so they just wait without unmuting or anything, right? So that's something. Sometimes you have the knowledge from your backgrounds, it's fine. You have to use the language, then you can improve. If not, you will be at the same position that you were before and you will not move forward, right? Yes, tell me, who are native English speakers? So when it comes to your food and technology, right? Yes, you have to be straightforward. Yeah. Just imagine දැන් මම කිව්වනේ ශ්‍රී ලංකන් කියන්නේ සිංහල කතා කරන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකන් සිංහල community එක නම් who are the native English speakers? ඉංග්‍රීසි ආවේ මොන රටින්ද? Now just tell me that. Yes, good Fatima. Yes, the British, right? So the British, then the Americans, the Australians. So there are a number of English native speakers. You should know them, right? So those are they are the English native speakers. So what I want to say is, now when you listen to such conversations, right? So those conversations of the English native speakers, then you get to know each other. I mean, you get used to them, right? So their way of pronouncing, their way of handling the language, then it will help you to build your comprehension, right? So you will soon, now if it is an international conference or international meeting there, you will then it will help you to develop your comprehension, right? So you will just quickly understand what they they are the speeches they delivered there, right? So you will just get to know what is it in there, right? So if you are not used to the language, then you will have to you will it will take time for you to understand the conversations, right? So that is the main thing. Then develop speaking skills. So that is one of the main important things that you that listening helps you to improve in language, right? So picking up rhythm and intonation, right? So as I told you, now when I speak or when someone else speaks, now just imagine someone you like, right? So when he or she speaks, right? So you love listening to them, right? So you try to adapt some words or acquire something from those speakers. Then what you do is you listen to them well, then you get the rhythm, or you go through the rhythm, and you just try to adopt them. Just copy it, it's fine, right? So you just copy, then what happens, then you feel like to improve yourself to that extent or speak like that, right? So that is there, right? So it will develop it will help you to develop the speaking skills. So the other thing is when it comes to the accents, right? So now there are various accents, but the thing is now people misuse these accents, right? So there are some people who just try to use this accent as not a show off. I can't say it's a show off. Actually, they like, since they like, they try to use the use a few accents, right? So, but the thing is, those accents should give a clear idea, right? So that means the idea that you give should be clear and precise, right? So the listener should be able to understand what you speak or you listen. Sorry, right? So then the listener should be able to understand what you speak, right? Then they will respond to you, right? So that's how the listener will respond to you. For that, you have to maintain a clear accent, right? So accent can be very nice, but you should maintain, it should be clear for the listener, okay? Then encourages interaction. So that is there when you engage in conversations, when you listen to conversations of people, right? So now just imagine if it is a conversation of a certain video, then you start listening to it. If it is about a life story about a celebrity, maybe a sports person, maybe, right? So if you are listening to that, then you feel like to what you will learn something from that, right? So when you if it should be an English conversation as well, right? So there you will somehow learn words, pronunciation, and you will develop yourself. And interaction means now when it comes to the classroom activities, right? So there you can be interactive. So while listening to me, you also can speak up, right? So it's you and me here, so we can speak using we can communicate, right? Then cultural understanding, right? So now when you watch a video of another country, right? So something you're not aware of, just imagine about Halloween maybe, right? So when you watch a video regarding Halloween, right? So you just come across some idioms, expressions, or something that is new to you, right? So you get a cultural understanding, or you you acknowledge to other cultures as well, right? So there you see how listening helps you to improve the language, especially the English language. Now when it comes to the other languages also it's the same, right? So if you watch if you are addicted to other movies like Japanese, maybe if you just take it as an example, right? So if you are addicted to those movies, when you watch about 10 to 15 movies, you know the expressions, right? So you know the greetings or the expressions, right? So what it means. So that is there. So I request you all to watch those movies as well if you are interested in Korean or any other language, but it's okay. But try to focus on English language as well. Okay, right. So did you understand it? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. Thank you, Fatima. So only Fatima is the only speaker here. Why others are not speaking? Everyone should speak. Right. Okay, so we'll see the methods, right? So the methods we can use to listen, right, to English, to improve your English language. So the podcast, right? So you know, podcast is one of the best ways to enjoy, to improve your language, right? So you can just go find interesting topics that are, the topics that are interested to you, right? Then you can just watch them. So maybe it's a conversation, maybe someone is presenting about something, or maybe about life stories, anything, right? So that is one of the best ways. Go watch and learn, right? Then movies or TV. As I told you, go if you are not good at watching what you call English movies, so you are not interested in watching English movies, what you have to do is start with simple thing, right? So maybe an animation movie, something that you like, so cartoon movies maybe, or action movies maybe, Marvel movies maybe, something that you are interested in. Start it, romantic or anything, right? Start from that, and then you will gradually get addicted to those, right? So that happens. Okay, then TV series, so you can watch them. Then music means listening to songs, right? So it's listening to songs help you in a large manner, right? So you can just listen to English songs. So if you are not interested in listening to English songs as well, so you can relate a song that is relatable to your life, to your present life, and then you can go on listening. So if it is, then you will have an interest towards, right? You will feel interest towards those songs, right? So then you gradually you will start listening to the English songs as well, right? Then learning apps. There are several learning apps. So this is just a picture I got. I'm not recommending any learning app, because there are good apps as well as bad apps, right? So you have to find the best one for you, right? So that is up to you. Then dictation. So this dictation IO, you will just think, we have been doing dictation since our childhood. What is dictation? No, this is not the dictation that you did there. It's similar to that, but you can make it somewhat advanced, right? So you can listen to few words, or you can just note down some words without looking at them, right? So you have ample of platforms to do that. Then you can just look at them and write it. Then you can just find the meanings, as I told you. Then the pronunciation, right? So you can how to use them in normal life, right? So the day-to-day life, you can use that as well. Then conversations, the talk with native speakers, right? So for this thing, now if you are around, if you are from the southern part, or if you are from areas like Colombo, where you meet foreigners, right? So there you can just just have a chat with the foreigner, or someone, foreigner means especially the English native speakers, right? So you can just make a pen friend, or someone you don't know, you can just somehow communicate with a native speaker, and then gradually it will help you to improve the speaking ability and also the language, right? Sorry. Then audio books. So this is one of the interesting ways, I say, right? So now there are who are very addicted to reading books, right? So for those people, right? So now it's easy for you all to listen to books, right? So if you are not that good at English, then you can start with a simple book, right? So there are from simple story books to every all the type of books, right? So you can just go and listen. So now since it's about a story, you can just listen and imagine, right? So that is interesting, right? So it's like reading as well. Now you just reading, you just go on reading and you imagine so the story. So that's what you do. Now when it comes to audiobooks, the thing is you can just go on listening to it while traveling or while walking. So you should be careful as well, right? So while walking you can do it, but you should be attentive to the outer world as well, right? So then classes or lectures, right? So listening to formal English, right? So at the lectures, now when you start learning or when you at your faculty and when you go through your subject, right? Your subjects, then you start listening to formal English, right? So in the classrooms, if you can be interactive, it will help you a lot now, especially in the English learning classroom, okay? For you to, it's the main intention is to improve your language, right? For that you can listen as well. You can be interactive in the sessions. Then YouTube or travel vlogs or many other vlogs, right? So you can go through any vlogs and just watch them, right? So maybe daily life or daily life vlogs, right? Routine vlogs, right? So you have a lot of vlogs like that. You can, the English speaker should be there, and also the ones who make cooking vlogs, right? So that is interesting as well. So you can watch them, something related to technology, maybe anything, right? So you can watch them in English, right? Rather than in Sinhala or Tamil. So the main intention is to improve your language, right? So with that said, I'll be sharing you a video, right? So you have to watch it. While watching, you should listen to it, because after that you will have to answer this question, right? So I'll be sharing the audio now. Listen to the recording well, and then I didn't share the sounds. Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. So I hope you got an idea by listening to the story, right? Okay. So now what you have to do is go through this question, right? What is the main moral lesson of the Panchatantra story? Don't trust anybody. And how is this lesson illustrated through the actions of the lion, fox, crow, and camel? So please answer this question. I'll be giving you 10 minutes and you have to read it to the class, right? So every one of you should attend to the work, right? So no one can stay muted. Everyone should read to the class, and please don't leave the session as soon as I give a work, right? Okay, start doing it. Now it's 3:45. By 3:55, let's listen to it. Let's listen to your writings. And the other thing is, don't copy from anywhere, right? So the answer should be a handwritten answer, and yeah, it's typing, of course, it's fine. You should self-written answer, okay? You should write the answer. Your own idea should be there. Right. Yes. I hope you have finished writing by now. Yes, Imal, can you read yours to the class? So I know there is no any. Yes, Imal.
If you overtrust anyone from the first meetup, you might be get caught into troubles and get caught for their cunning plans.
Right, is that all, Imal?
Yeah.
Right, okay, good. So you have to write some more, right? So I want your idea, your perception. Right, Malki?
Helping others is a really good thing, but we have to be more careful when we are helping others because we don't know whether they are true friends or not and their intentions.
Right, good. Sarangika?
When we try to adapt the new society, those who are cunning will always fulfill their weak thoughts, no matter how friendly they are seen first time. So be careful to trust anyone.
Right, okay, good. Hinduja? Hinduja? Sharunika? Sharunika? You are there. Hinduja, I think she just joined. Yes, Sharunika?
If you trust others easily, you have to face most difficult situations in the life. The lion fox are cunning, but camel is innocent, so camel trust them easily and die.
Right, good. Paranika? Paranika? Paranika, can you hear me? Where is your writing? Nikeshala? I know the people who don't.
Be careful of selfish people and always be aware of those around. And fox is a fox.
Right, Devmini?
Don't trust anybody with their external speech and actions without associate them very well or know about their qualities very well.
Right, good. Dhananjana?
When we deal with different people in the society, we have to more careful and give more attention about their behavior. Always we should respect others' feeling as well, so we can live happy with others in the society.
Right, good. Fatima? Fatima? Paranika, are you there again? You have sent me a text.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Camel is protect other animals from lion, but lion's friendship is dangerous. So we don't trust anybody. Be careful to trust anyone.
Right, good. Fatima? Himaya?
The moral lesson of the story, don't trust anybody, is that one should never trust anyone completely just because they seem very friendly. Even though someone seems to be friendly and sweet at first, we never know what their real intentions are. So blindly trusting anyone at first glance may land us in danger, just like the camel in this story. That doesn't mean we should doubt everyone's intentions around us. It's just we should take our time and try to understand people around us and be careful of us around.
Right, good. Himaya. Muhija?
I think they have already planned cunningly to hunt and make the camel as their prey in the name of friendship. Bad people's friendship can lift us in a critical situation in our life. So, before choosing someone's friendship, we should know their true intentions and motive toward us.
Right, good. Takshila?
No one can be reliable at the present moment because most of people are trying to catch fish in muddy water when we are in a critical situation. There is a saying, don't judge a book by looking at its cover. We must be intelligent to avoid that kind of a persons.
Right, good. Teshani?
This story teaches the valuable lesson of
Teshani, can you speak somewhat louder?
Okay, madam. This story teaches the valuable lesson of being aware about we should trust, as misplaced trust can lead betrayal and harm.
Right, good. So some of you brought out your own ideas, right? So your perspective, that's nice, right? Very good. All the people who did like that, because I mean, that's what we should do, right? So while listening, you should come up with your own ideas regarding a story or something that I share. Right, good. So now what we are going to do is, and this is just an answer, right? So you can just go through it if you want to. Right, so now we are going what has happened to this? Right. Okay, so now I will be sharing you another audio, right? So what you have to do is, while listening to the audio, you have to answer these questions. So I'll be playing it twice, right? So then you can, first you can just listen to the question, listen to the recording. Before listening, you can just go through the question. So now that's how you do a listening, a listening activity, right? First you have to go through the questions, then you get a certain idea. Okay, there are some people who are like this and this is about this, right? So you get an idea. Then after that, what you should do is listen to the audio well. At the first time, you can just jot down if you need something. If you find something important, you can jot down. Then in the second recording, in the second play, you can write the answers, right? So then it will be easy for you all to do listening activities if you follow that procedure. Right, so now I'll be sharing. First of all, go through these questions. So you can just take a screenshot or any method that you can have these questions with you, right? So a photo of this. Right, I hope you are done. Are you done with it? Have you taken a screenshot of this slide? Yes or no? I'm asking before sharing you the audio. Right, okay, good. Then I'll share the audio. I hope you have taken a picture of this. That.
So Todd, where are you from? So Todd, where are you from?
I am from the US. I am from San Francisco. It's on the West Coast.
And what do you do?
I'm an English teacher. Also, I create Ello. So I work on Ello a lot.
Okay. How old are you?
I am 47. Yeah, I am old.
No, it's not old. Who is your best friend?
My best friend is Dawn. He is a teacher too. He lives in America.
And are you married?
No, I am not married. I am still single.
Where is your mum from?
My mom is from California. She is from Los Angeles.
And what does she do?
She is a manager. She works in a clothing store.
Where is your dad from?
My dad is from San Francisco. He is not from Los Angeles, but he met my mother in Los Angeles.
Mm. And what does he do?
He is also a manager. He works for a tree cutting company. They cut trees.
Wow. That sounds
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, cool job.
Is it dangerous?
It is a little dangerous, a little. And Amy, what about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Glasgow, on the west coast of Scotland, in the United Kingdom.
Nice. And what do you do?
I'm also a teacher.
Nice. What
Yeah.
do you teach?
I teach English.
Me too.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is. It is very fun. Excuse me, can I ask,
Mhm.
how old are you?
Of course you can ask. I'm 34.
Okay, very young. Very young. Where is your mom from?
My mum is also from Glasgow.
Ah, nice. What does she do?
Well, she's retired now, but she was a nurse.
Oh, nice. And is your dad from Glasgow?
Yes, he is.
What does he do?
He's also retired, but he used to be a teacher.
Oh, wow. Many teachers.
Yes. Looks like it.
Well, thanks, Amy. Nice talking to you.
You too, Todd. So, Todd, where are you from?
I am from the U.S. I am from San Francisco. It's on the West Coast.
And what do you do?
I'm an English teacher. Also, I create Ello. So I work on Ello a lot.
Okay. How old are you?
I am 47. Yeah, I am old.
No, it's not old. Who is your best friend?
My best friend is Dawn. He is a teacher too. He lives in America.
And are you married?
No, I am not married. I am still single.
Where is your mum from?
My mom is from California. She is from Los Angeles.
And what does she do?
She is a manager. She works in a clothing store.
Where is your dad from?
My dad is from San Francisco. He is not from Los Angeles, but he met my mother in Los Angeles.
Mm. And what does he do?
He is also a manager. He works for a tree cutting company. They cut trees.
Wow. That sounds
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, cool job.
Is it dangerous?
It is a little dangerous, a little. And Amy, what about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Glasgow, on the west coast of Scotland, in the United Kingdom.
Nice. And what do you do?
I'm also a teacher.
Nice. What do
Yeah.
you teach?
I teach English.
Me too.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is. It is very fun. Excuse me, can I ask,
Mhm.
how old are you?
Of course you can ask. I'm 34.
Okay, very young. Very young. Where is your mom from?
My mum is also from Glasgow.
Ah, nice. What does she do?
Well, she's retired now, but she was a nurse.
Oh, nice. And is your dad from Glasgow?
Yes, he is.
What does he do?
He's also retired, but he used to be a teacher.
Oh, wow. Mini teachers.
Yes. Looks like it.
Well, thanks, Amy. Nice talking to you.
You too, Todd.
Natalie,
Right. So I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes, right, to the answer the questions, right? I mean, to complete the answers. Then we'll check the answers. Okay.